So another big culprit of a failed ad campaign is the targeting, right? So you've created this marketing message, you have an offer that's really appealing to a market, but you're not targeting the right people. You're not putting it in front of the right audience. And this is a big issue that we see with traffic campaigns. So if you feel like you have a good offer and you have something that solves a specific pain point for a market, and you've either proven that this offer is interesting to your market via email, or you've done market research, you know that this is a good offer, then it's really time to check your targeting. It's time to make sure you're putting the offer in front of the right people. And this is really the second step for us because, if you have a good offer, and even if the ad copy and creative is a little meh, it's kind of okay, if you're putting it in front of the right audience, then it should still perform somewhat well, right? Because it's something that the audience really wants. So after you check your offer, it's definitely time to check your targeting. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you have the best offer and marketing message. If you put it in front of the wrong audience, it will fail. And the biggest targeting mistake you can make is to go too broad in fear of missing out on potential prospects. And what I mean is by too broad really goes back to, the Facebook lesson. If we're in the golf market and we're targeting interests like Tiger Woods or ESPN or the PGA, that's too broad, right? There are going to be people that you're targeting that aren't actually playing golf, right? They're not actual golfers, and they're not going to buy products about golf because they're not interested. You've gone too broad because you're fearful that you're going to miss out on the market. But really, you have to think about being super specific so that you can reach those, avid people in the market. And then with scale, we will become more broad and a little bit more broad and, really reach out to the rest of the market. But to start, we must make sure that we're being very, very specific in our targeting. This also goes, to the fact that maybe you're targeting too many people in terms of the number of people you're targeting. On Facebook to cold traffic, like we talked about. 500,000 to 1 million people. That's the sweet spot. If you're targeting millions and millions of people, that's too big, right? Your audience size is too big. The same thing, the other way. If you're targeting too small of an audience to cold traffic, your offer is either going to get a false positive or a false negative. And it's probably not going to have room to breathe. You're not giving your campaign room for impressions and really room to succeed. If you believe your targeting is off, it's definitely time to reassess your avatar sheet and your targeting checklist. There's a chance that maybe you have a misconception about your market. When we were targeting bloggers, like I talked about in the Facebook lesson, I was targeting a few platforms and pieces of software that I thought bloggers used, but really social media managers were using. So that caused the campaign to fail. But I realized I wasn't targeting interest, and I wasn't getting our message in front of people who were actually bloggers, right? I was putting the message in front of the wrong person. And that's because I needed to go back and I needed to look at the avatar, and I needed to, correct a few misconceptions that I did have. The same with the targeting checklist that you'll find in the Facebook module. Go back, make sure you're being specific enough, make sure your information is correct. Another big issue, that goes to putting your message in front of the right people. Are you actually on a platform where your market is hanging out? We talked about this in lesson 2. If you have a great offer, you have a great marketing message, but you're running traffic on the wrong platform, you're going to fail. And you're going to fail because you aren't running traffic in a place where your audience actually is. And again, guys, you want to make sure that you're targeting an avid part of the market, people that actually take action in this market. They go to events, they buy, they read, they watch. They are people that are so interested in this market and have this pain point or really want this specific end benefit that they will not only click on your ad and they will not only convert on your landing page, they will buy and they will become brand evangelists.